Welcome to the Westside King's Church Journal app. We're really excited that you've chosen to download this, and we thought we'd just give you a short video intro to the various things that the app can do. When you launch it up, your main home screen, as you'll see it, is just here. You can sort of scroll up and down and see the various options that you can click on at any point. But I just want to point out a couple of things to you first that are worth being aware of. So what you're going to want to do is just tap on this little hamburger menu up here in the top left of your screen. That brings out this side menu, which is where there's a few options, but particularly and most importantly, you've got this option to set up your own account. So if you tap on that second option down, My Account, that's going to bring you into a page like this. It's really important to have your own account on the app because this allows you to save your data across several devices, and also it backs it up. So if you change phone, lose your tablet or whatever, it's all saved for you on there. So you're going to want to sign in or register just by pushing this button in the middle of the screen. You can choose to log in with your Facebook account, which saves you setting up your own separate account, or you can use an email address and sign up that particular way. So you just enter your email in that space there, and away you go. Type in your password, and that logs you in. Or if you're signing up for the first time, again, just type in your email address. I'll ask you a few other questions, and you can go ahead and log in from there. So once you've logged into your account, it will bring you back to the home screen. So remember, at any point, you can just push that hamburger menu. That brings you up to this series of options along here. Again, just to point out something else that's important, is along the bottom of every screen on the app, you'll have these 5 icons here. The one that's highlighted just now, Home, if you push that at any point, it'll bring you back to this particular page. So if you get yourself a little lost in the app for whatever reason, push that Home button. It's going to bring you right back here. The other 4 options along the bottom of the screen are pretty self-explanatory, but let's just take a moment and explain them as we are looking at them. So the first option here, to give, you push that button Give, and it's quite self-explanatory. The podcast button here in the middle, that allows you to look through the back catalogue of Westside podcasts. They're all available there. At the very top of the screen with a little picture background is the most recent podcast. If it doesn't look like that's the podcast you're expecting to see, perhaps you think, oh, wait a minute, I thought there was a newer one. If you just pull down on the screen and then let go, what you'll see, that'll upload the latest podcast. Next, along the bottom of the screen here, you'll see this little Bible icon. That brings you into the Bible app. The Bible app is available in several different translations. You can see at the top there we're using the NIV, just the top middle of the screen. You can tap that button and choose from a whole range of different Bible versions that you might prefer to read from. And again, the little icon on the left where it says Mark 1, you tap on that and it gives you a chance to choose whatever Bible book you want to read and then particular chapters within that book. In the top right, you've got a search icon that allows you to search for whatever Bible verse or word you might be looking for. You can just type that in and search accordingly. And just tap in again in the top left, that little bookmark icon. You tap that and that highlights, and that chapter is now highlighted. Another thing you can do with the app is you can highlight a verse. So if you just tap on the verse that you're interested in, you can then in the middle range of icons along the bottom of the screen, there's a little send icon. You can tap that, choose which verse, which color you'd like to highlight it with, and you can also then add a note to it at that point. So you can add a little note to that particular verse that you're interested in remembering. And then also you can push the share icon and you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And then finally along the bottom of the screen is the journal itself. Here's a space where you can you tap that and it brings you over to your actual journal. This allows you to take daily notes if you would like regarding whatever your spiritual reflections or devotional life requires of you. So that can be notes that you take during sermons, during studies, but it can also be notes that you just want to take as part of your own devotional process. Various ways to access that. You can tap on the calendar, then I'll show you a calendar of the month in question. If you want to leave a journal note for yourself, you just tap the top right corner of the screen, the little plus icon there, you just tap on that. Give yourself a note, so you can type that in, and then you just do a double tap there underneath the title, and here you can type away as you're happy. Once you're done that, you can click done, and that'll take you back here, and that journal entry is now saved in your calendar. So you'll see it highlighted in green, and that's all ready and good for you to use. So now we'll push home at the bottom of the screen, go back here to the middle, and just show you some of the options that you've got along here really briefly. So the first screen that you see when you actually come to the app itself is the teaching notes screen. You tap that and that will take you into a page like this. Every Sunday morning these notes will be available here for you to engage with during the teachings. If the notes you're expecting to see aren't there, again just press and hold and drag to the bottom of the screen and that will refresh the latest notes down from our servers. Basically, this is an option for you to take notes alongside the teaching as it's going on. So you might want to come into the notes just here, and what you'll find here is that you've got the notes that track along with whatever is going on the screen at that particular Sunday morning. These little square boxes here, you can actually tap in and type your own notes in there in order to remember what was going on in the sermon or a particular thought you had. If you've come to these notes after the sermon's already been given, there'll be a listen icon there and also the video play icon at the top of the screen. This will allow you to watch back or listen back. You might also be interested if you press the view button in the middle there. That will load up the keynote that was used on the screens that particular Sunday morning. So all of that data is there if you're the type of person that wants to save the quotes or read them again afterwards. Once you've typed your notes in, you can always push this share icon. This gives you a couple of options. The option to copy those notes straight over into your own personal journal elsewhere in the app, or you can share those notes by clicking share with notes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or if you push more options on whatever other device or service you want to share through. So that hopefully makes some sense of how to use and explore that part of the app. If you then push home again, that's going to take you back here. The rest of the stuff on the app is pretty straightforward to see. The journal, obviously that's where you can type in all of your journal notes. All of our podcasts, as you know, are already in the podcasts option. Videos, so you don't need to necessarily go to our video channel if you don't want to. They're available to watch. You just tap on whichever video you want, and that will load you into a spot where you can watch that video and engage with that particular teaching. Another part of the app that might be quite helpful is the worship button. If you push worship, that allows you to look at what was sung on any given Sunday. You just tap on the Sunday that you're interested in, and what you'll find is the set list there with also links to the YouTube videos so you can watch that particular song online. Perhaps you want to go back and remember or engage again with a particular song. So we hope that people will find that really helpful. Again, there's another giving option, so you can give, it takes you to the same window that you've seen at the bottom of the app. If you're new and this is your first time, then the I'm new button might be helpful. It's just a place just to get in touch with us so that we can come back and get in touch with you. So you can just reach out to us and say, hey, I'm new and I'm interested in some of the stuff that's going on at Westside. We want you to feel that you can also contact us for prayer. So we've put this prayer requests button in here. This allows you just to send in your contact details and just how we can perhaps pray for you. And if you're filling that in, you might just want to mention whether you would like us to reach out and just talk to you some more afterwards. So hopefully that would be something that will help people throughout the community. The events icon allows you to just connect with the calendar as to what's going on at Westside. If you're interested in home churches, then the home churches button is a great way to just register your interest, find out what's going on with home churches. And then finally at the bottom of the screen here, we have the social networks icon. This just allows you just to connect with the various social networks that Westside is present on, and you might just want to find out what's going on our social media platforms. So that's our app. We hope that you enjoy using it. Please reach out to us if there's anything that you would love to see improved on in the app, or if perhaps you're struggling with something in particular.